to me then. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Well, there are so many uninsured drivers on the roads in Louisiana that it's important to make sure that you and your family are covered if you get into a wreck. Jody Laverne and Jeanette DeWitt Kyle with Stutes Lavergne injury attorneys are here to tell us how they can help you. And we're going to start out with talking about one of those common causes of those crashes, and that's distracted driving. And I know it must happen just every day all over the country.
Well, you know, distractions aren't something new to people when they're driving, but in recent years it's become much more prevalent because there's so much going on in the vehicle with the driver. And recently we got involved with a national campaign called End DD. It's enddistracteddriving.org. They have a Facebook page and a website that, as plaintiffs' trial attorneys, we work with them to go to schools, and we're also working to start talking to employers and businesses about some models and ways to teach people to end the distraction while we're driving to help reduce injuries and accidents.
Yeah, we think we're a little too smart and we can handle it all, but we know we can't. Well, let's talk a little bit about those accidents when they occur. I know Teresa Schmidt's working on a story today about people that were staging some accidents so they could claim their insurance, but insurance is a big question when it comes to getting in a wreck, and uninsured motorist coverage is something that people are maybe a little confused about. What exactly is it?
Well, uninsured motorist coverage is called UM coverage. It also stands for underinsured motorist coverage. It's basically this: if someone is at fault in a motor vehicle and injures you or damages your car, and they don't have enough insurance to pay for all of your damages, whether it's lost wages or medical expenses or lost profits from your business or an important piece of property that was damaged, if they don't have enough insurance, your UM coverage comes on top of that to compensate your losses and pay for all the damage that you've had done to you or your property or to your family.
Okay, and why is it so important that we make sure that that is covered? And is it automatically in there when we buy our insurance?
Well, first, it's important because there are so many uninsured and underinsured drivers. In fact, there was a recent article that came out late last year. I think about 1 in 4 drivers in this state is uninsured.
Wow.
So it's very important to have that protection. And people automatically have it as a matter of law, but you really need to call your insurance company and make sure that you actually do have it, because there are ways for people to reject it. And it could be that you don't have it. A lot of people think that they have full coverage, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have UM coverage.
Okay, because some people may have opted out just to save a few bucks, but maybe not such a good idea in the long run.
Right, I think it's extremely important to look into whether you can buy UM coverage. Our experience has been that it's relatively inexpensive compared to what you pay for the rest of your insurance. And the great thing about UM coverage is it applies to the person, not just to the vehicle. So for a very small cost, you can protect yourself and your family, whether you're riding in someone else's vehicle, whether you're walking on the sidewalk or jogging in the morning or at night, on a bicycle, all sorts of things that people may not realize how far-reaching the coverage is for relatively inexpensive costs compared to the rest of the insurance that you buy.
Well, wouldn't my health insurance cover me if I was in an accident of that nature?
UM covers so much more than that. Your health insurance isn't going to cover future medical expenses, future lost wages, funeral expenses in the unfortunate event that someone passes away. There are so many types of things that UM insurance covers, and also money that honors what you had to go through. If you had to miss an important event in your life, if you missed out on career opportunities because your injury disqualifies you from your job.
Okay.
Those are all very important things that UM covers.
And so I'll add that health insurance, also will have a deductible you have to meet, and there's all sorts of things that can happen there where maybe it limits the doctors you can see or the approval you might have to go through to get the treatment you need, whereas UM coverage covers all of your losses that happens to your family, just as though the at-fault driver would have had enough insurance, which often is not the case.
Okay, well, you can check by calling your insurance company and just asking them if you are covered for uninsured motorists. And if you have, unfortunately, been in an accident and you need a little advice, you can give them a call at Stutes Lavergne, and they have a free consultation, and they can tell you what you need to know.
We can.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Well, up next, it's time